Hello everyone and welcome back to English with Malik. Well, our today's video lesson is about key 2. We are already practicing and learning about how to have mastery over English language within 3 months, that is 90 days. And as we discussed, there are 7 keys, and in the last video I talked about the first key, which was setting clear goals. Today, we have the second key, which is immerse yourself in English. By immerse, I mean plunge into this world of English language, get involved. As much as you get involved, you'll get better results. And how you can get involved? There are a few things. Like the very first thing is by listening. And then what to listen to? We can listen to conversations or dialogues, people who are talking about everyday things, people who are talking about buying and selling things, people who are talking about reserving a room, getting a book from the library, okay, asking somebody for direction. There are several conversational, ways that we can utilize. You can do this by directly, getting help from BBC Learn English website, where they have a lot of conversations that you can listen to and then, read as well. Then you can watch news on TV channels like BBC or CNN or Fox. These are a few channels that will give you a lot of input in terms of listening. So you will train your ear. See, I have been talking a lot about that. Learning a language starts through listening. We have to listen to as much English as possible, or any language that we want to have mastery over. But because specifically we are talking about English language here, so we'll stick to it. So the more you listen, the more you will learn. You can listen to documentaries, find out what interests you. Is it sports or wildlife or this universe, or this macro world or micro world, or machines, or technology. Whatever interests you, find out their documentaries and listen to them and watch them. You can then listen to discussions, about maybe politics, about maybe religion, maybe about fashion, or any other interest that you have. You can listen to music. It's a fun way of learning and getting some input for the language. You can listen to podcasts. There are a lot of people who are doing podcasts. You can listen to them as well. Audiobooks. Okay, if it is difficult for you to read, you can write down, and search audiobooks of your interest. For example, there's a book for teenagers, especially there's a book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, written by Sean Covey. It's a wonderful book for teenagers, so you can listen to that as well. Okay, then you can watch movies. I suggest that watching animated movies, like these cartoon movies as we call them, these movies can help you learn a lot, because these movies are made for children. So the language is used for children. So when you are learning, language, and you are a child into learning a language, therefore that will be good for you. But again, there is no restriction. If you want to watch a good movie, you can watch, and then you can learn as well. So through listening, you can immerse yourself into English language. Then second is by reading. You'll have to read. And read what? You'll have to read books of your interest, books of your subject. Everybody has a subject of interest. So you can read the books that interest you. Okay. You can read the newspapers, maybe local newspapers in English, or the international newspaper, that the Times, for example, the Economics, for example, the Washington Post, for example. You can read those newspapers as well. Magazines like Reader Digest or the Times Magazine, you can read them too. There are, if you do not have hard copy, the soft copies are available as well, so you can read them as well. Online articles, a lot of people are writing online. they want to share their views about whatever is happening around the world. Blogs are there. You can read the blog that people write. Blogs are written by even very common people like you and I, and they express their views about certain topic that they feel, certain idea that they have. So you can read those blogs as well. Then you can speak. Again, it is also immersing yourself into English language. I'm emphasizing a lot on using English only. Why? Because this way we can learn very quickly. So find a language partner, okay, somebody who has an interest like you, somebody who feels like you, somebody who is really willing to spare some time with you, sit together and then talk in English. Even it can be done on over a cup of tea or coffee. Probably you can, if you find language partner, you two can decide for some time, sit somewhere, choose a topic, and then start talking about that. You can also join conversation groups. There are a lot of conversation groups that you can join. You can do mirror practice. If you do not find anyone, you can do mirror practice. Stand in front of the mirror, talk to yourself. In this way, it's a bit safer as well for some people because they are a little bit afraid of making mistakes. So when you are in front of the mirror, you feel like comfortable. You are at ease, of course. Record yourself. See, it's an interesting way. When you record yourself and when you listen to yourself, you might get a shock because your sound may sound unfamiliar to you. You might feel that, okay, is this how I sound? So by recording, you'll get some awareness about your voice as well, and also it's a good practice for doing speaking part. Then you can do writing. In writing, the easiest way that I have found personally, and I have done it for many years, is to keep a journal, you know, or it's a logbook we also call. At the end of the day, when you are going to sleep, just take out your journal or a logbook and start writing whatever comes to your mind. There is no specific topic. Suppose you might write that, okay, like I got up early in the morning, but I was a bit lazy, and it took me half an hour to, get out of my bed. When I looked out of my window, I saw that it was raining, and the weather has changed. It was a bit, a bit better than yesterday because it was so hot yesterday. So you're writing what happened the whole day, or maybe you can write about something that happened. Suppose you can say that while I was walking to my college or school or university, I saw an accident. There was a bus. The brake failed of the bus, and the driver had a lot of difficulty in controlling it. So you write about that. So keeping a journal can help. Write essays on the topics. There are a lot of topics, starting from social problems to political problems or health problems or personal, likes and dislikes. Then you can engage in an online forum. There are a lot of forums that you can engage with them, and then you can express your views through writing. So on the whole, this key two is about immersing yourself in English, like getting involved as much as possible. Like I told you earlier too, that it's 24/7, if possible, if you can do that. You listen sometime, you read sometime, you speak sometime, you write sometime, and then you repeat them over and over and over until that you become so much engrossed in them that you start using the language. Okay, so this is it for today. I hope you have learned something of value, and I hope you'll utilize these techniques into your learning language. I will get back to you with key 3 in my next video. Until then, see you.